Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where the boundaries of time and space are bridged by the power of storytelling and the pursuit of knowledge. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the realms of South America to explore the captivating tale of the rise and fall of the Inca Empire. This epic narrative will transport us to the majestic landscapes of the Andes, where the whispers of the past await our discovery. In the early 13th century, amidst the vast expanse of the Andean highlands, a humble village named Cusco lay nestled in the valley of the Vilcanota River. It was here that the legendary founder of the Inca Empire, Manco Capac, would emerge to shape the destiny of his people and forge an empire that would one day stretch from modern-day Colombia to Chile. The origins of the Incas are shrouded in myth and legend, but it is said that Manco Capac and his sister wife, Mama Ocalo, were sent by the sun god, Inti, to establish a new city and bring civilization to the region. As we delve into the formative years of the Inca Empire, we find ourselves in a world where myth and history blend seamlessly. The early Incas were a pastoral people, living in harmony with the harsh yet majestic environment of the Andes. They were skilled farmers, cultivating crops such as maize, potatoes, and quinoa, which would become the staple foods of their empire. The Incas were also masterful engineers, constructing intricate systems of terracing and irrigation that allowed them to thrive in one of the most challenging environments on Earth. The early history of the Incas is marked by a series of legendary rulers, each contributing to the growth and development of the empire. One such ruler was Sinchi Roca, who expanded the borders of Cusco and established trade relationships with neighboring tribes. His successor, Loc Yupanqui, further consolidated the power of the Incas, establishing a system of governance that would become the hallmark of their empire. As the 14th century dawned, the Incas found themselves at a crossroads, facing challenges from rival tribes and the ever-present threat of drought and famine. It was during this period of turmoil that a new leader emerged, one who would change the course of Inca history forever. His name was Cusi Yupanqui, but he would come to be known as Pachacuti, the Earth Shaker. Pachacuti's vision for his people was ambitious and far-reaching, driven by a desire to create an empire that would rival the greatest civilizations of the ancient world. Under Pachacuti's leadership, the Incas began to expand their territories through a series of military campaigns, incorporating neighboring tribes into their empire and establishing a network of roads and trails that would facilitate trade and communication. The Incas also developed a sophisticated system of record-keeping, using knotted strings known as quipas to track everything from agricultural production to taxation. As the Inca Empire continued to grow and prosper, its people began to develop a rich cultural heritage, marked by a deep reverence for the natural world and a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses. The Incas believed in a multi-layered universe, with different realms corresponding to the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Their mythology was filled with stories of creation and destruction, of heroes and villains, and of the delicate balance between the forces of nature. As the Inca Empire continued to flourish under Pachacuti's visionary leadership, the 15th century witnessed a period of unprecedented expansion and cultural achievement. The Incas' sophisticated road network, which would eventually stretch over 25,000 miles, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and people across the vast territory. One of the most notable examples of Inca engineering prowess was the construction of the Chapac-Odan, a majestic highway that connected Cusco to the distant provinces, allowing for the efficient administration of the empire. In 1438, Pachacuti launched a series of military campaigns against the neighboring tribes, incorporating the regions of modern-day Bolivia, Ecuador, and parts of Chile into the Inca Empire. The Incas' military strategy was characterized by their use of stealth, cunning, and adaptability, often employing local allies and exploiting the weaknesses of their enemies. As the empire expanded, Pachacuti implemented a system of imperial administration, dividing the territory into 4 main regions, each governed by a powerful governor appointed by the emperor. The Incas' unique system of record-keeping, using quipas, allowed them to track vast amounts of data, from agricultural production to taxation and population demographics. This sophisticated system enabled the Incas to maintain a high degree of control over their vast territory, ensuring that resources were allocated efficiently and that the empire remained stable. For instance, during the reign of Pachacuti's son, Tupac Yupanqui, who succeeded him in 1472, the Incas implemented a massive program of agricultural development, constructing intricate systems of terracing and irrigation that allowed them to cultivate crops in even the most inhospitable regions. As the Inca Empire reached its zenith, its people developed a rich cultural heritage marked by a deep reverence for the natural world and a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses. The Incas believed in the concept of mita, or reciprocal exchange, where individuals would offer their labor to the state in exchange for protection, food, and other essential goods. This system reinforced the social fabric of the empire, promoting a sense of community and shared responsibility among its citizens. One of the most significant events in Inca history occurred in 1492 when Tupac Yupanqui launched a military campaign against the Chiriguano people, a powerful tribe that inhabited the eastern regions of modern-day Bolivia. The Incas' victory over the Chiriguano marked the beginning of a new era of expansion and consolidation, as the empire pushed its borders ever further into the unknown territories of South America. As the 16th century dawned, the Inca Empire, now under the leadership of Huayna Capac, who had succeeded Tupac Yupanqui in 1493, continued to expand its borders, incorporating new territories and consolidating its power. However, this period of growth was short-lived, as the empire soon faced a series of challenges that would ultimately lead to its downfall. The arrival of Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Pizarro, in 1532, marked the beginning of the end for the Inca Empire. The Spanish conquest was facilitated by the divisions within the empire, as well as the devastating effects of smallpox and other diseases introduced by Europeans, which decimated the native population. The last stronghold of the Inca Empire, the city of Vilcabamba, fell to the Spanish in 1572, marking the end of an era. The legacy of the Inca Empire, however, lived on, as its cultural achievements, administrative systems, and engineering feats continued to inspire wonder and admiration. As the historian Garcilaso de la Vega, who was of Inca descent, once said, "The Incas were a people of great wisdom and prudence, who governed their empire with justice and moderation." This assessment is borne out by the fact that many of the Inca roads, bridges, and agricultural systems continued to be used by the Spanish colonizers, a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the Inca engineers. Today, the rise and fall of the Inca Empire is remembered as one of the most fascinating and complex stories in human history. The empire's achievements in astronomy, mathematics, and medicine are still studied by scholars around the world, while its art, literature, and music continue to inspire artists and musicians. The Inca Empire's legacy can also be seen in the modern-day cultures of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Chile, where many indigenous communities continue to celebrate their Inca heritage. The study of the Inca Empire has also had a profound impact on our understanding of the pre-Columbian world and the effects of colonialism on native populations. The Inca Empire's place in history is secure as one of the most remarkable and influential empires of the ancient world. Its legacy continues to inspire and educate us, offering valuable lessons about governance, sustainability, and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.